Hey guys, welcome to the Data Tech channel. Hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Here we talk about the modern data technologies and do hands-on practice with them. Today we will do a demo of Azure Stream Analytics with Synapse Analytics. So without further ado, let's start. There are some prerequisites for this video: understanding of Azure Synapse Analytics dedicated SQL pool or how to use it, and knowledge of streaming data. Before we start the demo, let's have a quick look on Azure Stream Analytics. The first thing is what is it? It's a real-time analytics system, or you can say a complex event processing engine which analyze and process high volumes of streaming data from various sources, such as Internet of Things devices, log files, weather data, business applications, etc. And it stream and transform the data and then have a output mode where we can store the data in various sources too. Some of the famous use cases are like clickstream analysis, telemetry data analysis, fraud detection, Twitter tweets analysis, etc. And the first thing come to your mind, how does it work? So basically it have three main components or topologies. One is the input, which we use to ingest. The second is the query, and third is the output. So input, as I mentioned, it's to ingest data from various sources, and these sources feed the data to Event Hub, IoT Hub, and the blob storage. IoT Hub underneath it's same as the Event Hub. And the query in the second topology is the query, which is like a SQL based, and it can be used to do similar kind of analysis which we do with the SQL, like filtering, sorting, aggregation, join the streaming data over a period or a window. And the last is the output, or you can say Stream Analytics output topology, which can have one or more output for the transform data. So the transform data which we get from the query can be output to one or more sources. And here you can see we have like a big list of output sources where we can deliver the data. So we can deliver the data to Event Hub, Service Bus, Azure Function, Power BI, Azure Synapse Analytics, and blob storage and other storage services available in Azure. And we'll see in the demo how we create an input or output and a query. So in this demo tutorial, we'll learn how to generate a sample phone call data and send the data to Azure Event Hub. So this is so here we will use an application which will send data to Event Hub, and it's like a simulator which is available free, or it's an open source simulator available on Microsoft site. The zip of this application, I'm going to put it in my GitHub link, which I'll provide in the description. And as I mentioned, it's also available on Microsoft site too. So the first thing, in this demo, the high level, we will be inserting the data into Azure Synapse Analytics dedicated pool from Event Hub. And as I mentioned, we will be using the phone call data. Then we'll create a Stream Analytics jobs. We won't be doing any kind of transformation, but we will show how we can ingest data from an application which sending data to Event Hub and directly into our Synapse Analytics. We will show how to configure input and output job in Stream Analytics job. And I mentioned about this, ingesting data into the Synapse Analytics pool, test and start the job, and finally check if data is available in the dedicated SQL pool. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump to the Microsoft Azure portal. Perfect. So I already have an Event Hub workspace, but we will create a new one to show you how we can do it. So click on the create button and give it an pick a resource. I already have data tech and give it a name, data tech event hub 2, and location should be where where is your Synapse Analytics. Otherwise, like, you have to pay for the data transformation, like moving data movement too. So just keep this thing in mind. If you don't want your bills to be very high, keep the location same as the Synapse Analytics. And pricing tier, we will pick the standard. Then yeah, we'll keep the rest of the stuff to the default. Click on review and create, and create. So this take like few seconds. I want to say even a minute. Like it's fast. And once it's created, it should look like this. Let me go to Event Hub. So I'll show you. So this will look like this here. So far we don't have any events. Like this is an old event, but currently if you scroll down, no Event Hub is there. So now we have to create an event. So this Event Hub will be the event which will accept the data from our application. So it's very simple to create. Like you go, 1 second, I'll show you. So you click on Event Hub, it bring you to this page. Then give the name. Let's give it my event. Partition should be 2. Keep rest of the stuff as default. Create. Perfect. So it created an event. If you scroll down, you will see the event here. And the next thing we need to do, we need to give the application or the simulator which will run our like a desktop or our system, the permission to send data to the Event Hub. So how we do that? We add a policy for that. So you go here, click on Shared Access Policies, and click on Add. And let's give it our policy name, my policy. Oh, sorry, my bad. Click on Manage, Create. So my policy is created. Okay, I'll show you how we can add this policy when we are starting the application. But in the meantime, let's go and create a Stream Analytics job. So far we have created an Event Hub namespace, an event within it, and a policy in that. So anybody want to send an application and any data to this event, they have to like configure that policy into their application. So let's go to Stream Analytics. So you can see we don't have any Stream Analytics jobs. We click on Create. Okay, so give it a name, Data Tech Storage. Oh no, sorry, Stream. Okay, we'll take the same resource group as I mentioned, like the location. Keep an eye on location. And streaming unit is like is on which we will be charged. So it's a demo. And it's a very straightforward demo. So I don't want to use 3 units. Let's reduce it to 1. But you can change depending on your requirements. If you're practicing, keep it low. Okay, click on Create. So it will start creating our Streaming Analytics job. It takes a couple of seconds to do that. In the meantime, I can see we have Event Hub, Stream. So once the Stream Analytics job is created, we can see the our topology, like input, output, query, and all those things. And then I'll show you how to configure that too. Okay. So as I mentioned, it takes some time, like a couple of seconds to do it. So yeah, that's done. Go here, and now you can see in the job topology they have input, query, and output. So we have to configure the input and output, and the query to input will be our Event Hub, and then output will be our Azure Synapse Analytics, and query will do a very simple query which pulls the data from input and insert into the output. Okay, so first we'll start with the configuring with the input data. Click on this. So we are in, as I mentioned, there are like 3 main sources through which we can stream the data. or ingest the data, Event Hub, IoT, blob storage, or you can say Azure Data Lake Gen 2. So in this case, we will be using the Event Hub. I click on that. I'll give it a name, my event. Okay, I'm picking from our subscription. This is our Event Hub, using the existing one, using the same, create a new hub consumer group, and authentication, we have to change it to a connection string, and click on use existing so we can use our policy, and rest of stuff you have to keep it same. When you click on save, it will create an Event Hub and also do a test to your connection. So we'll see that if you click on save, it's fast. So you can see like it's already added the input and now it's testing, and it let you know if we have any issues. Yeah, so there you saw the notification. That's a successful connection. So next thing we need to do the configure the output data. The output system. But to do before we do that, we have to do something in our Azure Synapse Analytics. So one thing is like you need to create a table which can accept the data from your event or from your stream analytics. So currently we don't have any table here. So I'll create a new table and I'm going to provide the details, so nothing to worry. Go here, the detail is there. Copy this. So we created a table named fraud call, and it is empty. Like I can show you 1 second. Let's do, like if you refresh here and if you expand, you will see the fraud call table. But if you do this, 1 second. Let's do a count just to show you like sorry, my bad. Cancel. Just to show you there is no data at this point, and then we'll, and why we need this table, like basically if you don't have this table, like in our output configurations, we have to provide the name of the table where we want our data to go. So I'll do with this and we should get a 0. So we don't have any data at this point. Now let's go and configure our output. We click on output. Or you can call it sync to. So here you can see that like we have a list of things to which we can configure. So I'll pick the Azure Synapse Analytics, the last one, and I give it the name MySQL, and then change the authentication to connection string. Username, the username will be SQL admin. Copy this, paste here, and in the password I'll enter my password. Okay, cool. And the table name is the fraud call, like which we just created. So we can copy, Control C, we can copy paste that. So we go here and paste it. So here's one thing to note, like we have provided everything, but if even like as soon as I click on save, the test connection will fail because we need a storage account for Azure. Like we need to configure our storage account of Azure Synapse Analytics too. So let's click on save. So at least like we'll create an output here, and we can test the connection after the storage. It will do like a by default test, which will fail, but we know the reason, so we are good here. Click on save. It will fail. Just give it like a few seconds and we should be good. Okay, this is failed as expected. So we go there, go to storage account. You can do that even before creating the output, but I just want to show you, like, if some people are not aware, like they can. So we select from here. This is our Azure Synapse Analytics data lake Gen 2 storage, which is like mapped with our Synapse Analytics. Click on save. Yes. And now if you go back to your output query and you, one second, did we save? Oh yeah, perfect. If you go here and click on the test, now the connection should be successful as we have a storage account there. See, so we are good here. The next step is to create a query. Before I create a query, I want to start my application. So I'll show you how to start an application. So it's all in a zip folder. And as I mentioned, like the zip folder will be available in my GitHub and the link will be in the description. So one second, yeah, go there. And you can unzip, and wherever you store it, you have to go to the same location and make only one change. So copy this, open your command prompt, change the directory to the location where you have stored your zip file, and then you just need to run the exe with two parameters. One is the number of like calls you want to generate, and this is the percentage that will have like how much fraud calls, and it's, as I said, it's a simulator, so don't worry much about it. If you need more details, you can check the Microsoft documentation. You go there, click on this, and it will start. And so you can see, like, it start sending the, it start generating the data. Okay, oh sorry, I need to stop this. Before we start this, we need to configure. I need to show you how to configure, and that's why I was seeing the errors. So you go here, click on edit node, and so in the application settings, you need to provide the Event Hub name and your connection, like a Microsoft Service Bus connection string. So I'll show you how, from where you can get it. So now we go to our Event Hub, click here, go to my event. Yeah, perfect. Now you can, like, if you remember, like, we created a policy. So we go to our policy, click on that, and then we'll see primary key, secondary key, connection string, primary key, and all those. So copy paste the connection string primary key into an editor. So let's paste it here, and like copy everything before the semicolon. Like, you don't need the event path and like semicolon, event path, and the name. You don't need this. Copy this and paste it here. This is the one configuration setting you need to do, and the other one, like in my case, my event hub name is my event. So, but here you have to provide the value, the name of your event hub, whatever name you like gave it to your event hub, you have to give it that. And the same, you got it in the like in your connection string, like whatever will be the name, you, like your value, like your entity path value will be that. So you can copy from here, or whatever the name you already know, you can put that value too. So once you're done, click on save, close it, and now we do this again, the command prompt thing. So let's start the command. We go to the location and start the job. Start the exe file with three parameters. Okay, now we go here, copy this, copy. So if you remember, like in the last screen, there were errors like sending the data, but now it's running smooth. And now we can go to our Stream Analytics and configure our query. So go there. We already configured our input and output. Now the next thing is the query. So if we click on this and the query, I already have it in GitHub, so I'll copy that. It's a simple query, like nothing crazy. So we just selecting few columns which and inserting them into perfect. Save the query. You want to test, you can test the query too, because our application is already running, and it takes few seconds when you started to see this stuff. So I'll, instead of testing like you want to test, you can test it. I'll do one thing. I go to our Stream Analytics and start the job. And starting the job take time. Like you click on so yeah, so it take a good, I'll say good a minute or so. And once like it started, instead of created, you will see like first it will say starting, and then it will like when it will be in running mode, you will see it running. And as I said, it takes some, it's good take. So you see now it's starting, and it takes few more seconds to go into running stage. And once it's in the running stage, we can go to our Azure Synapse Analytics dedicated pool, where we are putting the data in the query. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't explain the query. The query is very straightforward. Like we selecting these columns from MySQL event, which is the event hub, and the data for that is provided through an telecom this application. And you can see this application is sending the data continuously. And then what we're doing is we selecting that, putting into a MySQL from my event. Very straightforward. So now let me refresh, click on refresh. Yeah, it's in the running mode. If we go there, if you remember, like our number of rows we have was 0. If we do this, we should see some more numbers. So you see we now have 669 records, and if you click it on again, like within just a second, you will see more data. So that's happening. Like, so you will see the data is streaming from our application to Event Hub, then then we using the Stream Analytics job to feed it to Azure Synapse Analytics. It's a simple demo, so we are feeding directly, but if you want, you can stream the data. Like you can transform the data and store it according to your transformation. And there are like other ways, like you want to feed it to the dashboard, like you can directly connect to Power BI, or you can use Synapse Analytics if you want to do like some machine learning and those kind of things, and then feed it to a dashboard. Let me run it again. So you see, so the number of records are keep increasing. So that shows like our data is streaming into this Azure Synapse Analytics. So that's all for this demo. If you guys like the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any comment, feel free to send me an email or ask or put down in the comment sections. Be safe. Have a good one.